In 2025, we're honestly surrounded by AI tools. New apps, websites, and services seem to appear every single week, all promising to help us study better, research faster, or work more efficiently. For students, academics, and anyone doing serious learning, that sounds great in theory. But in reality, it can be overwhelming. A lot of these tools overlap, many do similar things, and figuring out which one is actually best for your needs is not easy. Sometimes it even comes down to personal workflow or how comfortable you feel using the tool. I've been testing and using AI tools for studying and research for years now, basically since the moment they started becoming available. I've tried the good ones, the average ones, and plenty that weren't worth the time. So in today's video, I want to break things down clearly and walk you through the best AI-powered apps that can genuinely help you study more effectively. These are tools that are powerful, practical, and in many cases, free to start using. If you enjoy this kind of content and you find it helpful, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss future videos like this. And I'd also love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know which AI tools you've been using for studying or research. There are always new tools out there, and I'm sure some of you are using things I haven't even explored yet. Number 1 on the list is NotebookLM, and this is a really strong place to start, especially because it is completely free to use. That makes it very easy for anyone to get started with AI-powered studying without feeling overwhelmed or locked behind a paywall. You can upload your lecture notes, class presentations, or any text you've written. You can even upload a video, including a YouTube video or a recorded lecture, and then ask questions directly about that content. One feature I really like is the mind map tool. It creates clear layered maps that let you zoom out to see the big picture or zoom in to explore detailed subtopics. You can download these maps and keep them for future revision. There is also a podcast-style summary feature, which is great if you learn better by listening rather than reading. Overall, it's very easy to group multiple sources together and ask focused questions, which makes studying feel much more organized. If you're new to AI and want a simple, powerful starting point, NotebookLM is a great choice. Number 2 on this list is Anara AI, and this is a tool I've talked about many times before. Anara is not a place where you go to search for new research papers or browse the internet for information. Instead, it's a space where you bring in the material you've already found and organize it properly. You can upload papers, books, and documents, then sort everything into clean folders and sections that actually make sense for your topic. One of the most useful features they've released recently is the table view. This lets you see all your papers in one clear table, filter them, and quickly understand what you have without opening each file one by one. On top of that, you can ask questions directly about any document you upload. If you're studying a topic and you have a key paper or book inside Anara, you can ask things like what the main results are, what the key arguments are, or what the biggest critiques might be. This speeds up the reading process dramatically and makes studying feel far less overwhelming and much more manageable. Number 3 might surprise some people, but it's simply ChatGPT. In academic and studying circles, ChatGPT often gets a lot of criticism. In many ways, it reminds me of how people used to talk about Wikipedia years ago. Back then, everyone said not to use it because the sources were unreliable and anyone could edit it. Today, people say similar things about ChatGPT, that it hallucinates, that you cannot trust its sources, and that it should never be used in serious academic work. And to be fair, those concerns are valid if you are relying on it for citations or factual claims. But if you use it in the right way, it can still be extremely useful. When you are doing more general studying, and you are not depending on it for references, ChatGPT can be a powerful support tool. For example, if you need a quick definition, want to compare 2 concepts, or need a paragraph explained in simpler language, it works very well. You can paste in a section of text and ask it to break it down, clarify the meaning, or explain it in plain terms. It is also great for brainstorming ideas or creating early outlines. Even something like learning how to structure an essay becomes easier. You can ask for a strong introduction structure, and it will guide you step by step, from the opening sentence to building an argument and adding critique. You still do the thinking, but it gives you a clear framework. So while ChatGPT gets a lot of academic hate, I genuinely believe it still has real value when used correctly. Number 4 on this list is Traverse, and this is an app I haven't used extensively, but I've spent enough time with it to see why it's useful. Traverse is a self-learning app designed to help you master complex topics in a structured way. It combines mind mapping, note-taking, and spaced repetition flashcards all in one place. Instead of having scattered notes across notebooks or apps, Traverse helps you turn your ideas into connected knowledge. You can build flashcards directly from your notes, which makes it much easier to return to important concepts again and again over time. What makes Traverse interesting is that it's built around how humans actually learn. It doesn't focus on just one part of the process, like reading or memorizing. Instead, it supports the full learning cycle, from understanding new ideas to reinforcing them through repetition. You move from seeing information to organizing it to testing yourself, all within the same system. Even though I haven't used it heavily, I can see how this approach would be very effective for students studying difficult subjects or anyone trying to learn deeply rather than just cram. Number 5 on the list is Canva. And this one might surprise some people because it is not always mentioned as an AI study tool. But when I really think about it, Canva is a tool I truly wish I had when I was studying. I used to spend so much time making presentations, posters, figures, and visual summaries for projects, exams, and presentations. Back then, I did everything in PowerPoint, Excel, or basic slide software, and it always felt slow and limited. Canva completely changes that experience. Today, you can design clean, professional slides, posters, and visuals in a fraction of the time, even if you are not good at design. This is especially useful if you have an end-of-year presentation, a viva, a seminar, or any situation where you need to explain ideas clearly to an audience. What makes Canva even more powerful now is its AI features. You can type a short description of what you want, such as a diagram, image, or layout, and Canva will generate visual options for you instantly. For visual thinking, communication, and presentation design, Canva is an incredibly helpful tool for students and researchers. Number 6 is Jenny AI. And I'm sure that you would probably guess that Jenny would come up on this list, but Jenny is a tool that, again, I've been using very much since the beginning. I think it was one of the first academic-specific tools that kind of have popped up when AI swept over the world and came into fruition. So Jenny is a good tool for writing, so it really helps you with creating strong text. It really helps you with brainstorming, and it also helps with editing, thinking about outlines, citations, storing your citations, and a lot more to do with the writing side. 0635. And now they even have the capability of searching through your literature and asking questions about your literature. So it's a lot similar to Anara, but a bit more than Anara on the writing side of things. The next app I want to talk about is Claude. And even though I recently made a sponsored video about it, this part is not sponsored at all. I spent a long time testing Claude specifically from the point of view of an academic, a student, and a researcher, and that process completely changed how I see it. What really stood out is how easily Claude fits into a real study or research workflow. You can upload your own data, ask it to help you understand which statistical methods make sense, and even explore why certain tests are appropriate. On top of that, it can generate clear visuals like graphs, tables, and key data points, along with explanations that actually make sense instead of feeling overly technical. Another feature I really like is how flexible it is with interactive outputs. You can ask it to build things like interactive charts or even a full study timetable. For example, you can describe your subjects, available days, time slots, and priorities, and Claude will turn that into something structured and usable. I honestly think Claude is still underrated. It has been around for a while, so it's not a brand new tool, and I used to only experiment with it casually. But over the past few months, I've integrated it much more deeply into my workflow, and now I genuinely see it as one of the top 3 AI tools I've ever used for studying and academic work. Number 8 on this list is Perplexity, and the easiest way to understand it is to think of it as an AI-powered search engine. Imagine Google, but built from the ground up with AI at the center. That's essentially what Perplexity is. It originally started as more of an academic research tool, especially useful for students and researchers, but over time it has expanded into a more general search engine. That shift is actually a good thing, because it still feels academic in tone while being much more flexible for everyday studying. The sources it returns feel reliable, structured, and grounded in real research, which is exactly what you want when you're learning something new. When you search for information using Perplexity, you can be confident that the papers, articles, and citations it shows are trustworthy. That matters a lot when you're studying, because not all AI tools are careful about where their information comes from. Perplexity clearly shows its sources, and you can click into them, ask follow-up questions, and explore ideas in more depth. Instead of just giving you an answer, it helps you understand where that answer came from. In many ways, it works as a strong alternative to Google or even Google Scholar, but with the added benefit of AI-driven explanations and context. For studying, that combination makes it incredibly powerful and very easy to use. It saves time, reduces confusion, and helps you learn with more confidence every time you search. Very good. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and more importantly, I hope you found it genuinely useful. If you're a student who is just starting to explore AI, these are the tools I would personally recommend as a strong place to begin. You don't need to use everything at once, and you don't need to become an expert overnight. Even adding one or two of these apps into your study routine can make learning feel faster, clearer, and a lot less stressful. AI can be incredibly powerful when it's used the right way, not to replace your thinking, but to support it. The goal is to help you understand better, stay organized, and spend more time actually learning instead of feeling overwhelmed. If this video helped you, make sure to check out some of the other videos on the channel where I go deeper into how to study, research, and write more effectively with AI. And if you have a favorite tool that I didn't mention, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what's been working for you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.